Einen wunderschönen Willkommen zum heutigen Abend. Willkommen zu einer weiteren Runde 3 Minutes to Midnight. Ein sehr langes Adventure, also zumindest gefühlt. Sehr dialoglastig, was gut, was auch schlecht sein
American
kann.
planes are terrible, but I wouldn't think they were this terrible.
Okay. Ja, mit ihm hatten wir ausführlich gesprochen. Ich muss mal jetzt gucken, Hotspots. Wir reden mal mit ihr.
Good evening, Ms. Peterson.
Sorry, Miss Barrett, but I'm a little bit busy here.
Okay, aber das
What
Absperrband...
could have hit it to cause such...
I would rather swim naked in a pool of rusty razors than pay Corona a visit. Am I clear?
Und wer die aus Corona ist, müssen wir auch noch rausfinden. Ups, was ist jetzt los?
Oh man, this is gonna be awesome! Hell yeah, it is!
Nicht ein Schnurrbart.
What do you think?
I don't know. It's missing something.
Oh, I know.
Das ist an der falschen Stelle.
Nice! That's perfect! Betty.
Not now. I think it's still missing something. Ooh, I
Deswegen
know
hatte
what
das
it's with
überklebt
fire.
gehabt.
Hey, Betty, you might want to quit it with the artistic expression.
I can't quit now. I just realized she needs a sombrero. Spanish is a beautiful language. That is why I have decided to make this giant hat my running mate.
Mary Elizabeth Anderson. Should I even bother to ask why you are doing this?
Because I didn't expect to get caught, duh.
Quiet. Why is it that whenever anything goes wrong around here, it's always because of you two?
Hey, it's never my idea.
That is quite enough. Both of you go home immediately. And you should be thankful I am not reporting you to Amos for defacement of public property.
You wouldn't do that to your own daughter.
Oh, doch.
Oh my god, you idiot. Yes, she would. Let's get the hell out of here before she changes her mind.
Aber er schläft.
No thanks. I like my backside as it is. Bullet-free.
Stop right there, you commie scum!
Benjamin, for the last time, I am not a communist.
Stop right there, you gubernatorial scum!
Fine, I will leave you and your home alone.
Good. Now back to...
Das Leben. Okay. Da kommen wir also nicht weiter.
You maniac! You blew it up.
Und deswegen hatte...
Damn you! God damn you to hell, Offspring!
Wir haben ja die in der Zukunft... wir haben ja gespielt, da ist das ja schon erst passiert. Und da war...
Bang, 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 bang,
ja,
bang, bang,
bang, bang, bang, bang, bang.
bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Oh, schade, Mist. Zu weit gelaufen. Und der hatte nämlich gerade das Plakat neu gemacht. Der Aushilfsdiener, Koch, Dingsbums da. Die rechte Hand. So. Ach, das ist der letzte Dialog. Wie kann ich den ändern? Gar nicht.
That bad, huh? What's wrong with her?
We don't know. The doctors won't even look at her because we can't pay. All we know is that she's really sick.
Aw, buck up, little buddy. Hey, you know what I think will make you guys feel a lot better? How about a nice big piece of cake?
Yay! Cake!
Okay, one cake, special orphan price. That'll be $29.99 excluding tip.
What? We don't have any money, Mike.
No money, no cake, kiddo. You want something just for showing up? What do you think this is? Communist Russia? But, well,
Auch da nicht.
in your case, I'll make an exception. Just don't tell the man in the gas station.
No socialist dessert distribution under capitalism.
I have no time for games.
So, wir müssen sowieso aber rausfinden.
Holy smokes! Is that a giant cockroach? Is he cooking?
Hey, I got out a living somehow. Besides, what's the problem? You've been eating it since you got here. Where do you think all your school cafeteria food comes from?
Ew!
Kids, leave Rocco alone.
Siehe Rocco die Kakerlake in seiner ganzen Pracht an. Ach du Gott.
If you want a memento...
Nee. Da haben wir schon erledigt. Warte mal. Wir müssen irgendwie rausfinden. So, hier ist keiner weiter.
Do not touch, don't touch. Oh, that gives me a headache.
Oh,
If
jetzt
you
ist er.
have business with the boss, Sindaka, it'll have to wait. It's past his bedtime.
I could use someone like you in my employ, you know.
It's nice of you to say that, but I only take orders from one person, and that's not likely to change anytime soon. Now, what is this really about?
I think it is about time we discussed what a couple of mobsters are doing in my town.
Every time. People look at us, see two sharply dressed Italian gentlemen, and immediately assume we're mobbed up. It's a stereotype, and it's offensive, and as the Sindaka, you should be the last person to say,
Please, spare me the theatrics, Mr. De Luca. Your story has more holes than a woodpecker's nest. But worry not. I am willing to turn a blind eye, so long as your business dealings do not cause problems for me. Are we clear?
Duly noted. I'm glad we never had this conversation. Is there anything else you don't want to talk about?
You strike me as someone who keeps an ear to the ground.
I do, yeah.
Oh.
By any chance, does Desert Viper ring a bell?
That depends on who's asking, why, and how much they think they know already.
Not much, actually. That is what I am trying to figure out.
Then a word to the wise. Keep your hands off the basket of apples. Snakes always strike when they're cornered. It's much better if you just let them be.
Snakes? Apples? Wait a minute. That insubordinate coffin dodger. Have you heard of a Jack Riley?
Jack Riley, the ghost of Illinois? Bank robber, drug dealer, weapon smuggler. Loves to gossip, kind of dramatic. Smells like an old hooch bottle.
Yes, him.
Never heard of the guy.
Does the name Richard Harrelson sound familiar to you?
Richard Mad Dog Harrelson? Going for hire, sentenced to life in Chino, escaped due to a bureaucratic flub. Tall, well-built, with more scars and tattoos than you can count.
Yes.
Nah, never heard of him. By the way, how did you find out about Harrelson?
Harrelson? I have never heard of him.
Fair enough.
I will be back if there is anything else I do not want to talk to you about.
Okay.
Please don't hesitate not to talk to me again.
Who will inherit your boss's many business ventures when he passes?
That's a strange question. Why are you asking me that?
I did see you playing with our charming local orphans earlier.
Are you suggesting we adopt the kids?
Food for thought.
I do know how hard that life is. And Mama would be very proud. I'll talk to Frank.
Okay.
Mr. De Luca, I am sure you agree that protecting the town's economy should be our top priority.
Couldn't agree more. The question is, why tell me this?
A nefarious subject is planning to rob our bank and...
Worry not, Syndica. Mr. Riley is aware of what he can and cannot take. Just what's in Mike's security box in the safe, and not a single penny more.
Excuse me?
Just relax. Everything he's gonna take is covered by insurance. Nobody will lose a dime, and we'll get the claim payout.
You and Mr. Cooper are devious, amoral, and will clearly stop at nothing to get what you want. I wish I could hire you both for my next administration. Tell me about your past.
Do I have a choice?
Not really, no.
I had a comfortable life until I became an orphan at 14. After that, I roamed the streets of Sicily with a crew of other orphans. Oh, we were always getting in trouble. Back then, my gang was rivals with another group of street kids. So, one day, 5 of them corner me, 4 grab my limbs, and then the last guy just starts punching. I really thought that was it. But then, a shadowy figure appeared. He honked so loudly that the other kids got scared and ran away.
Honked?
Yes, ma'am. A flamingo named Federico saved my life. He nursed me back to health and took me in. He even quit his job with the circus to make sure I grew up right.
That is touching. Weird, but touching.
What?
When did you decide to come to America?
Federico found out I had a living relative in America, my cousin Vinny. He offered me a job as kitchen staff in his restaurant, so I decided to move to Chicago with him. I rose through the ranks pretty quickly, although it may not have been in my best interests.
Why would you say that?
Some funny business was going on in the back of the shop. Turns out, Cousin Vinny was not the honorable restaurateur everyone thought he was. One day, I was peeling potatoes when I heard this big commotion in the dining area. Then, I saw my cousin being held at gunpoint by a bunch of guys in fancy suits. There was no time to think. I just jumped on them like a hungry hippo. The way I worked them over really impressed my cousin's associate, Mr. Abruzzi. Mr. Abruzzi had big plans for me in his organization, and Federico wasn't happy about that. When I accepted the position, it created a big rift between us. And before we really had the chance to patch things up, the Duck Wars broke out.
Tell me about the Duck Wars.
Dio mio, what a tragedy. I've never seen such pointless bloodshed in all my life. It all started during the war, after Italy surrendered. The Germans didn't take that news well, especially not Blondie.
Blondie?
Just the most evil dog to walk the face of the earth. And unfortunately, Federico's ex-fiancée. Blondie ordered the Angel of Death himself to create a biological weapon capable of making flamingos extinct.
What?
That is terrible. But look at the bright side. They could have been eaten to extinction by Dutch sailors, like the dodo.
That would have been a better, quicker, and more humane way to go. See, they used subliminal messages and ultra-violence to turn a bunch of ducks into killing machines. Federico and his friends had just gone out for a swim when those killer ducks were released into the pond.
You have my deepest sympathies, Mr. De Luca.
At least he died doing what he loved the most. Standing on one leg and eating tiny shrimp.
You mentioned a man named
Diese ganzen
Abruzzi.
Storys.
Would that be Joseph the Rampant Stallion Abruzzi?
Yeah. The work I did for him would make Federico roll in his grave. But, well, once you're in this line of work, the only way out is in a body bag. It was a dark time. I thought about ending it all, to be honest.
Why did you not?
Well, the boss happened. Our first job together changed something in me, and suddenly I had the urge to live.
I shall leave you to your duties, Mr. DeLuca.
Thank you.
Quite a pet you have there.
Oh, Sparkles. I know she looks scary, but she wouldn't hurt a fly. Well, unless...
Unless...
Unless the boss told her to. Or someone was trespassing. Or if someone called her mittens, she hates that. Or if someone...
I think I understand, thank you. On a completely unrelated note, do you happen to know why some of the dogs in town have disappeared?
Oh, excuse me, Sindaka. I'm still struggling with certain English words.
Ist klar.
What is dag? Sparkles, amore mio, you see a dag around here? See? She don't know either.
I believe that answers all my questions.
Okay. So, ich habe einen Verdacht. Mal gucken, ob der Verdacht funktioniert. Ich wollte bloß sicher gehen, dass der Dialog durchgeht, weil wir schon mitbekommen haben, dass der Dialog sehr oft durchgehen muss. Sonst finden wir nicht bestimmte Punkte. Also einige weitere Dinge, die wir machen können, hängen von...
Lorraine, are you there?
davon ab.
Lorraine, open up. We need to talk. Lorraine?
What on earth, Eliza? Can't this wait until tomorrow?
No, it cannot wait. I must speak with you now.
Oh, all right. What is it then?
Does the name Desert Viper ring a bell?
Desert Viper? What is that? The new dish at Mike's?
Well, whoever this Desert Viper character is, they must be someone very important. A highly educated individual, like a judge, or maybe a doctor.
Well, dear, clearly, whoever this person is, she's smart enough to outwit you.
Lorraine, in terms of intelligence, I'm an entire evolutionary tier above the rest of you. No offense meant.
That's it, you snobby, overbred megalomaniac! The Desert Viper has been hiding in plain sight for decades, right in front of your face, and you never even noticed anything. You wanna know how I know? Because it's me, Eliza. I'm the Desert Viper!
Upsi.
Oh, crap.
Let me explain what will happen to you now.
Du kannst dein Geschäft unter einigen Bedingungen behalten. Ja.
You get to keep your business on a few conditions.
Do I have a choice?
Certainly you can choose not to accept. Of course, the choice accompanies a phone call to the...
Fine, I accept. Tell me what I have to do.
First, you solemnly swear not to ever involve Betty in this trash. Do not sell her anything.
Come on, I'm not stupid.
Second, I want to know where these weapons are coming from.
Well, if you must know, all my special produce comes from one place. The Kirtland Farm.
You mean to tell me that the army is your supplier, straight out of Albuquerque? Preposterous. Hartman would never let something like this happen.
Oh, please, Eliza. That knucklehead ex-husband of yours hasn't realized he has a daughter. You think he's paying close attention to the munitions inventory?
Ach, der ist der Vater.
You crack me up, Eliza.
Damn it, John. Do not tell me anything else. The less I know about this, the safer I am.
Der vom Militär ist der Vater, der
and
Boss
one more
dort.
thing. Would you happen to have an M1 Garand in stock?
What? Why would you need a weapon like that?
If you have one, I suggest you hand it over, right now.
No, you don't understand. This is a special order.
Oh, not to worry, Lorraine. I am sure your client will understand.
Oh.
Why do they call you the Desert Viper?
I know it's a bit corny, but my dad always called me affectionate things like that.
You think Desert Viper is a term of affection?
As opposed to what? Offspring?
Fair point. I am surprised Amos has not sniffed this out yet.
Ha! Amos couldn't find himself in a mirror.
Do not underestimate him, Lorraine. He may be distracted by a questionable case right now, but he will certainly catch up to you.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I've been next to the police station all year, and he never suspected a thing.
Well, you cannot say I did not try to warn you. Lorraine, this is a highly dangerous game you are playing.
Maybe, but it's one I've played all my life, and I know what I'm doing.
But surely the consequences must keep you up at night.
Yes, they do keep me awake all night. Counting money!
Pleasure doing business with you, Lorraine. Oh, just one more thing before I go. I will just state it plainly. You and Tucker are voting for me.
Okay.
Oh, and I also require the votes of your children and grandchildren to really ensure my silence.
But I don't have any children.
Well, then you'd better start working on that right away.
Und arbeiten Sie jetzt dran? Wahrscheinlich nicht. Schade. Gut. We have a weapon. Oh.
Lorraine's low-caliber fruits, how can I help you?
It's Cooper. You got my stuff?
Oh yes, I have your shipment right here.
Bene.
But there's a little problem.
No, sto bene. What problem?
I don't have the garand.
Stupid vecchia strega! Do you know what I will do to you if you don't deliver?
Look, it was all cleaned up and ready to go, and then...
Don't tell me it was those chinchillas again.
No, it wasn't the rodents this time. It was the mayor.
La Syndica, you gave my garand to the mayor?
I didn't have a choice. She was gonna shut me down.
Porca miseria! Did she mention why she wants the garand?
She didn't say. She must be planning a safari trip, thanks to the taxpayers, of course.
Yes, of course. That must be what she's doing. My associate will drop by to collect the merchandise. Pronto. And then someday, you and I must have a little talk about supply and demand. Let me give you a preview. You need to supply exactly what I demand. Capisce?
It won't happen again, dear. I promise.
Good evening, Viper.
Upsi. Was ist das hier? Okay, da ist keiner Neues dazugekommen.
I believe this is what you were looking for, Mr. Harrelson.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I've been waiting to get my hands on one of these for a long time. Okay, lady, you held up your end of the deal, so I'll hold up mine. What's the plan?
Meet us by the church at midnight. You will receive further instructions then.
Works for me. That bank won't know what hit it.
Before I go, I want to make sure you do your part.
Of course I will. What do you take me for, lady?
An unreliable goon for hire who will disappear at the first sign of trouble.
Well, I'll cop to everything except unreliable. Anyway, I'm here until the morning at least.
Good. Then I shall see you when everything is ready.
Währenddessen bekommt Dr. Dixon in der Highschool unerwünschten Besuch, okay? Ah, der Vater.
General Hartman. Well, this is certainly an unpleasant surprise.
Hello, Dr. Dixon. The military is once more in need of your considerable expertise.
That's odd, because last I heard, my cooperation with the military was a one-time deal.
The deal has been altered, Doctor. Pray it doesn't become altered any further. Now come with me.
And what if I don't?
My orders are to bring you back on board using any method necessary. Keep that in mind.
I know my rights, and I'm not going with you. We've done enough damage already.
I'm afraid you don't have a choice, Doctor. This order comes from the President himself.
Well, I'm sorry you still have to listen to that loudmouth, but I do not. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Again, Dr. Dixon, I'm authorized to be as persuasive as I need to be. For example, I could say that if you don't cooperate, everyone in town will find out just why you left your previous career.
You can't do this to me. This was supposed to be my fresh start.
Oh, I can do that and far worse. Believe me. Now, are you coming?
Okay, fine. I'll go with you.
This way, Doctor.
Keine Ahnung, was wir hier machen können in dem Modus. Ich kann Tab drücken. Eigentlich ist es der letzte Dialog. Ach, irgendwas war mit dem Park, ne? Warte mal, wir gehen mal... Oh, was ist das?
Is that wine?
Hey, relax! It's the holy commerce or something.
It's called taking the sacrament, you buffoon. Oh, are you even really a priest?
I'm more of a priest than you are, sugar. If you'll excuse me, I'm taking the sacrament.
Ich habe schon gesagt, es geht sehr, sehr lange.
Ms. Peanut, are you here to ask for divine guidance for handling my offspring?
Well, the church does have centuries of experience fighting demons and monsters, but I mostly just wanted to hear the father's personal experience with the beast.
Well, that is not our usual man.
He looks awfully familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Well, never mind.
Ich hatte ganz am Anfang schon gesagt, dass es ein sehr langes Adventure ist und es ist bisher wirklich nicht abschätzbar, wann das vorbei ist. Weil gefühlt haben wir nichts aufgedeckt. Außer das, was vor sich geht.
How is the town treating you so far?
Oh, I'm loving it here, actually. It's a very beautiful town, and the people are all so unique.
I do hope no one is giving you trouble.
Just Augustine. She keeps sending me hilarious notes explaining the fastest routes out of town. It was funny at first, but it's gotten a bit old already.
That will be all for now, Ms. Peanut.
Wer auch immer das
Have
ist.
a good night, Ms. Mayor. One more thing, Mayor Barrett. I'm starting to think I need a bit more preparation before I handle the beast. If I'm to have a fair go, I need to know where my predecessors went wrong.
The more information you have, the better your chances of helping her, I suppose. What do you need to know?
Well, I'm fairly familiar with the beast and her body of work, but there are some rumors I'd love to know more about. The lion tamer, for example, or the exorcism. Oh, what about the rumor that she accidentally became a war hero? And how about the foreign university scandal? Is that story true?
Das kann möglich sein. Ich glaube, wir sind bei YouTube-Format Folge 14. Oder weniger. Also, ich würde mal sagen, das sind jetzt locker schon 9, 10, wenn nicht noch ein bisschen mehr Spielstunden drin, ja. Was ist das jetzt hier gerade?
Oh, that university thing was doomed from the word go. You see, one teacher tried to reform my offspring instead of punishing her. She created a fake school in Brazil, the totally genuine University of Pernambuco. My offspring would have been the sole student, allowing her to receive special attention. As you might expect, she failed the entrance exam.
But I heard all she had to do was sign her own name and she would have passed. How could she have possibly screwed that up?
Well, she assumed it was a trick question, so she wrote benzin instead.
That's extraordinary. For so many reasons.
The worst part was breaking the news to Benjamin that it had all been a misunderstanding. He had already packed his bags and bought his ticket. Oh, he was crushed, cried for weeks.
Well, the press certainly didn't go into enough detail about what happened. Tell me another story. You've got one, don't you?
Unfortunately, yes, I do.
Es gibt keinen. Also, es ist zusammengefasst von vielen unterschiedlichen... Also, der große Faden ist einfach, Betty, also die Tochter von ihr, da haben wir Dinge festgestellt, dass die Leute alle komisch sind. Was wir jetzt spielen, ist das, was davor passiert. Also weit davor, bevor der Staudamm kaputt ist. Was heißt denn weit davor? 1, 2, 3 Tage davor, bevor der Staudamm explodiert ist. Ja, das heißt, wir haben Betty, die hat mitgekriegt, oh, Staudamm explodiert, was hier los? Hat aber ihre Erinnerung verloren. Beziehungsweise der Staudamm ist explodiert und dadurch ist sie mehr oder weniger wach oder hat das mitbekommen. Und es sieht danach aus, dass die scheinbar schon länger kontrolliert waren. So, um was anderes. Das ist der große Plot bisher. Und auf dem Weg dorthin haben wir so viele kleinteilige Aufgaben, was manchmal sehr irreführend ist, weil ich weiß, dass er will einen Bruch machen ne, aber schwierig.
One of your predecessors believed my offspring was possessed by the devil himself.
Ja, die Tochter.
And insisted on an exorcism. I know it sounds crazy, but, well, actually, he did drive something out of her. Not the devil, of course, but a lesser demon.
Aus der Tochter.
You're not joking, are you?
No, I am not. The most unfortunate part is that when the demon was released, he wouldn't stop thanking us and kissing our feet.
What?
Apparently, far from being the cause of Betty's behavior, he was horrified by it.
That's quite the tale, Ms. Mayor.
Well, the Vatican was not as entertained, let me tell you. Poor Jenkins was vilified as a demon savior and nearly excommunicated.
Oh, das ist so abstrus.
That's one hell of a story. Got another?
You know I do. Next, I think you should hear this one. Whatever you might have heard about my offspring, Ms. Peanut, the truth is far worse. That will be all for now, Ms. Peanut.
Talk to you later.
Miss Mayor, back so soon.
As if I have a choice. About the heist.
Ach, Verkleidung müssen wir auch noch besorgen.
I've enlisted Mr. Harrelson. You are welcome.
Not bad, Mayor. Not bad.
It was very unlikely that I ever would have failed. I can hardly ban tax-paying residents from public spaces. What do you suggest I tell them?
You're the politician. Make some empty promises or threats. As long as no one's there to see the heist go down, I don't care what you do.
Okay.
We should talk about this later.
All right.
Wir müssen zur Bank.
That will be all.
Before you, if I see...
Ja. So. Wir müssen zur Bank. Wie gesagt, der Rest vom Spiel ist wirklich liebevoll. Sehr liebevoll. Sieht gut aus. Es spielt sich auch gut. Aber ich glaube, bei dieser ganzen Feingliedrigkeit verlieren die sich im eigentlichen Plot.